Sweden started by smuggling fake tractor parts and ended up building the world's best tanks. Here's how they did it, in every tank they've ever made. Let's begin with interwar period. STRV M21, Sweden's very first tank, was actually a secret German design, smuggled into the country disguised as tractor parts. Talk about an incredibly sneaky start for Sweden. Next, STRV FM28. Based on the legendary French Renault FT, Sweden bought a handful of these units to finally experiment with the future of armored warfare across Sweden. Landsverk L5, an early experimental spark. This design proved Swedish engineers were ready to start forging their own unique path in armored vehicle development and future technology. STRV M2129. This veteran received a heartier engine and tougher skin, squeezing several more years of relevance out of the original Swedish tractor fake tank design we talked about earlier. STRV FM31, a truly quirky machine. It combined both wheels and tracks in a single design, allowing the crew to switch modes on the move and adapt quickly, giving it unusual flexibility to tackle roads, rough ground, and challenging terrain alike. STRV M31, a massive leap forward. One of the world's first tanks to abandon rivets in favor of advanced, sleek, welded armor plates, significantly improving structural strength, protection, and overall battlefield survivability. Landsverk L120. Small, simple, and built for export, this light tank provided the crucial blueprints for Sweden's future domestic tank manufacturing powerhouse in the north. Now let's look at World War II. Stedfriv M37. This Czech design tankette was a massive crew favorite. Reliable, nimble, and proof that good things come in small, armored packages for the Army. STRV M38. Sleek and modern for its era, the STRV M38 set the gold standard for Swedish armor, combining balanced mobility with punchy firepower, solid protection, and excellent crew effectiveness on the battlefield. STRV M39, a polished evolution of its predecessor, featuring toughened armor and mechanical refinements to keep the Swedish front lines sharp and ready for any battle. Largo. Meet the Largo, a vital prototype medium tank that provided the mechanical DNA for Sweden's most powerful World War II combat vehicles during the whole conflict. STRV M4DL. Produced by Landsverk, this reliable light tank served as Sweden's trusty, rugged workhorse during the uncertain early years of the war for the whole nation. STRV M40K. Built for speedier production, the K model traded a little mobility for much thicker armor, making it a much tougher nut to crack for the enemy forces. Then STRV M41SI. This Swedish take on a famous Czech design was highly respected for its buttery smooth suspension and legendary engine reliability for the crews. STRV M41SII. The sequel to the SI, this version stretched the hull and added more horsepower, refining an already excellent platform for Swedish national defense needs today. STRV M42TH. By swapping to a hydraulic transmission, the TH model finally gave Sweden a dependable, hard-hitting medium tank ready for wide service across the Army. STRV M42EH. Mechanics rejoiced when this model swapped twin engines for a single, powerful motor, simplifying maintenance without sacrificing any vital battlefield performance in the field. Keep watching for more modern tanks. Let's move on to early Cold War. STRV-81. The legendary British Centurion arrives. Known locally as the STRV-81, it provided a massive leap in protection and world-class firepower for the tanks. STRV-74H. A masterclass in recycling, this older chassis was upgraded with a sleek new turret and a high-velocity gun, extending its service life and giving it the firepower needed to take on modern battlefield threats. Up next, STRV-81RB-52. This Centurion carried a nasty surprise: anti-tank missiles. Now crews could knock out enemies from distances the main gun simply could not reach. Ever. Now this is the STRV-1I1, Sweden's take on the Centurion Mark 10, boasting upgraded armor and the legendary 105mm gun to dominate the Cold War battlefield and beyond today. STRV-102, proving you can teach an old dog new tricks. These modernized Centurions were a cost-effective way to keep the fleet lethal for the military. Now this is the Kranvar, Sweden's secret crowning wagon was a heavy tank project featuring a massive oscillating turret designed to halt Soviet steel in its tracks during combat operations. Now let's look at mid-late Cold War. STRV-103, the Radical S-Tank. By completely hitching the turret and relying on a hydraulic suspension system to aim its gun, Sweden created an ultra-low profile, highly survivable tank, one of the most unconventional and innovative armored designs ever fielded in military history. STRV-103C, the ultimate S-Tank. Those iconic side fuel canisters didn't just extend range, they acted as ingenious spaced armor against incoming enemy shells on the front. STRV-104. Clad in explosive reactive armor, the 104 transformed the venerable Centurion into a far more formidable machine, adding a bulky yet effective defensive edge that dramatically improved its resistance against modern anti-tank weapons and battlefield threats. Then STRV-105, the Centurion's final form. This high-tech demonstrator pushed the legendary hull to its absolute limits before the next generation of tanks took over. Finally, we have post-Cold War, modern era. STRV-121, Sweden's lease of the German Leopard 2A4, gave the Army a world-class Predator, combining blistering speed, exceptional firepower, and near impenetrable protection, transforming armored units with a battle-proven design that prioritized crew survivability and modern combat dominance. STRV-122A, a Leopard on steroids. With heavily reinforced roof and frontal armor, the STRV-122A pushes protection to extreme levels, earning a reputation as one of the toughest, most survivable main battle tanks operating in the modern battlefield. STRV-122B. Built for modern threats, the 122B features massive underside mine protection and modular armor, making it a fortress against asymmetrical warfare in current operations. CV-90120, a stealthy ghost with a giant punch. This light tank pairs a massive 120mm gun with a nimble high-tech combat chassis, delivering heavy tank firepower in a fast, low-profile platform built for modern, networked battlefield dominance. CV-90105, blending lightning-fast mobility with a lethal 105mm turret. This platform represents the modern edge of the list, pairing advanced fire control systems with rapid maneuverability to deliver precise, decisive firepower before opponents can react.